Hi, my name is Isabella Ala, and this is my book review. So I have some notes right in front of me, but for my book review, I chose The Sum of Us, What Racism Costs to Everyone and How We Can Prosper Together, by Heather McGhee. I took some notes on just the basis of the book and what it's about. It kind of explores like racial inequality, economic policies, and like the societal costs of racism and how it's affecting the United States. It gives a really powerful message and analysis on racism, how it harmed communities and the society as a whole. It was basically arguing like racism is like really detrimental to like our well-being in the nation. Um, Heather McGhee is a social policy expert. I kind of looked into more like about her. She goes and dives into different aspects of American life and policy. She uses real world examples and case studies to illustrate all of her points across throughout the book. I felt really touched by the book and that she was really trying to get her point across with the different things that racism has led to, the different mindsets of people, and why they do things the way they do, and why they say things in a certain way, and why people beliefs will make them like feel this way. She kind of discusses like the zero sum mindset, which is the belief that gains for one group necessarily come at the expense of another. This led to many different policies that like have like brought up racial and economic different disparities through that. It also highlights on different instances where like there's a lot of refusal to invest into like goods and public education, healthcare, and it really harms everyone, not just certain communities. It's harming like a lot of different people. She argues that racism led to like underinvestment in underdeserved areas in these different types of areas and stuff. She also explores like different politics kind of into it, how like racial divisions like really fuel a lot that's going on in like the political world and polarization of that and who is going to be running different things in our country. And that's a really driven thing that people pay attention to and like divert attention from common interests and stuff. um this leads to more diverse issues and a lot of economic challenges throughout people in power. She puts in a lot of different examples in there about different communities that have come together to go against racism and have more inclusive societies and demonstrate potential for change and for something where people are more woke and notice that this is wrong and we need to make a change and everyone needs to come together. Obviously, racism is a huge thing in this world, and I'm glad that she's touching on this, and that's why I did choose this book, touching on how certain people are acting and how that's wrong, and it's driving so many different like breakages in different economic areas like of our world and in the political aspects of it as well. She also talks about like in the end how she needs to come for like a new vision and there needs to be more solidarity and end racial divisions throughout our world because it's a big thing that needs to be ended. There should be like more of a path going forward for all Americans in the world. I did really like this book a lot too because it also has been really praised for like showing the consequences of racism and the call for like why we need a more inclusive society, like why these things are gonna be happening and we need to make a change because this is not right and it doesn't just impact one person, it impacts communities, um, impacts everyone, and it can be if change, it can lead to a better society and more people would come together and it would be easier to just go through with things. I think this book is really valued after reading it, and I really did enjoy learning more about all these issues and how there's so many things we can do to fix it, and how it's not something that is just should be pushed aside. It's something that's still huge, and we have to look past those like disparities and come together as one for our community everywhere around the world. And I'm really glad I did choose this book. It really opened my eyes a little bit more, and I think Heather did a great job at trying to get her point across throughout the whole book. And yeah, thank you.